Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, don't do unboxings, might do a few playthroughs. But today we're going to be talking about a game that claims that it is the greatest card game of all time. We're going to be talking about Flip 7, and in this game you'll be flipping over cards. You'll be hoping that you don't bust and that you can flip 7 cards in a row with different numbers on them that will hopefully allow you to win the game. So in this video we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. We'll be telling you what we do like, we don't like. Then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Flip 7 is worth your time and bother today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. So, Flip 7, how'd you play this game? So Flip 7 is a very, very basic push your luck card game, yeah? The game consists of a deck of cards and you'll have numbers from 1 to 12 on them, yeah? You'll also have a 0 card and the amount of cards of each number varies. You have 12 cards with 12 on it, you're going to have 11 cards with 11 on it, you're going to have 10 with 10 on it, so on and so forth, all the way down to 1 card with 1 on it, yeah? You're also going to have a variety of action cards, yeah? You've got the Flip 3 card, the second chance card and the freeze card, right? So one player's elected the dealer, they're going to take all the cards, they'll deal a card to each player. If any of the action cards are revealed, then you will resolve them immediately, yeah? So if you reveal the Flip 3 card, you will choose a player, including yourself, yeah? You can play them on yourself, and you'll give the card to them. They will have to flip the next 3 cards out the deck, right? If you ever flip a card over and you reveal a card that you've already got, so if you've got a 6 down there and you reveal a 6, then you bust, yeah? And that's it, you're not going to be able to do anything, yeah? The same applies when you are flipping 3, right? If you draw the freeze card, you'll be able to give it to somebody else or yourself, and this means that you'll be able to bank the amount of points on the cards that you've already played. So say if you've got a 6, a 7, a 12 and a 4, you'll add all those numbers together and then you won't take part in the rest of the round. There's also a second chance card. We'll put this to one side and this will allow you to cancel a bust, and you will have to discard this card and the duplicate card that you drew, yeah? Don't want to use it in this round, that's fine, you can leave it to one side, yeah, and you can use it anytime you like. There's also plus cards and multiplication cards in the deck here, so if you draw a +2, you'll add that to your score when you bank your points, and if you get a ×2 for instance, then you'll multiply the amount of points you got, yeah? So once everybody's got a card, you'll go around again and the dealer will give everybody a choice. They'll be able to hit, in which case they will draw another card and the same thing happens, yeah? Or they'll be able to stay, in which case they'll bank all their points and they'll be out of the round, yeah? So the round ends when everybody has passed or everybody has bust, and then you'll set aside all the cards that you play from that round into a discard pile and you will go again. You'll keep doing this until somebody has gone over 200 points. If more than one player goes over 200 points, then it's the player with the most points that will win the game of Flip 7. So what do we like about Flip 7? So the first thing that we quite like about this game is that the action cards break up what would otherwise be a monotonous pile of horse shit. The fact that you can palm off cards to other players, you're not just going to have to draw a card and deal with it yourself. You can do that if you want to, but the fact that you can palm these cards off to people in the hope that they're going to fuck it up, you know what I mean? Or maybe you just want to be a complete and utter means that you're not just going to be making one choice most of the time, right? Where you're just going to be going, yeah, hit me or stay or whatever. You're actually going to be able to manipulate the way that the game flows, yeah? And for a small card game like this, that is a novel thing, yeah? Could have done with a couple more actions in there. They do get a little bit bland pretty quickly. But the fact that you've got something in here that can cause a little bit of a surprise is an added bonus, isn't it? So the second thing that we quite like about Flip 7 is the way that the push your luck mechanism isn't just the case of going, yeah, I'll bet a little bit more, or yeah, I'll push my luck. No, I won't push my luck. The fact that you've got 12 cards with 12 on it, they're going to give you more points, yeah, but you're at more risk of busting if you go for that. Means that you're going to have to be very, very coy about whether or not you pull the trigger on a certain card draw, yeah? I mean, you could sort of, I suppose, card count. The fact that everything goes into a discard pile means that if you are pretty clever and you've got, unlike me, more brain cells than a tsetse fly, then you might be quite good at this game. You might be able to count your way to victory. But it's a dumb little card game, and I wouldn't expect any of you casino fuckers to be playing this. But yeah, the fact that you've got to have a little bit of strategy when you're choosing whether to carry on or stop makes this game a little bit more fun, doesn't it? Don't we like that Flip 7? So the first thing that we don't really like about this is that 200 points might be a little bit too much, might be a little bit too long, yeah? I mean, if you're playing with a larger group, and I do recommend you do that, yeah? I recommend that you play with as many players as possible. I mean, what's it say on here? Doesn't it say, like, someone told me that they don't recommend you play it with more than 18 players? Well, I wouldn't recommend you play it with that many, but I wouldn't play it with a lower player count because it does get a bit more chaotic with sort of, you know, 6 to 8 players, right? In doing so, the game's going to go on for too long, yeah? Because if everybody is scrabbling around looking for those more lucrative cards, yeah, and the fact that those 12s and 11s and 10s are going to be spread around more people, the game is going to take longer, yeah. And I mean, even with low player counts, yeah, this can drag on for too long, yeah. And I'm not sure if you can house rule in a lower amount. Maybe you could go up to 100 points or 150 points. I don't know if that breaks the game, but it might just be a little bit too long for my liking, right? So the second thing that we don't like about Flip 7 is that towards the end of the game, you will find yourself trying to add up cards, trying to figure out how many points you need to beat your opponent and whether or not it's worth sort of sticking or twisting or whatever you want to do, right? And that can be a real ball ache, yeah? On a number of occasions when we played this, it's sort of going, right, I've got 2, 4, 7, that makes it 13, and then you got to do this, and oh, fucking hell, what was it again? And the other players are doing the same thing, so it just becomes a sort of a mathy war of attrition, yeah? Which sort of derails the fun of the game towards the end, yeah? It doesn't happen all the time. If you've got somebody who's sort of, you know, storming ahead or even a little bit ahead, you don't get that. But if it's close towards the end, then the game gets derailed by its own pointless mathy shit. So to summarise, is Flip 7 worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we are going to say yes, this is a completely and utterly ridiculously stupid card game that we enjoy quite a bit, yeah? We do like push your luck games, and we like push your luck games that try something new. The fact that they've added action cards into a very, very basic yes or no card game is what a novel twist, right? It can go on for too long if you're playing with more than a certain number of players, yeah? Maybe you want to cut down the amount of points that you want to go to. And there's some unnecessary mathy bullshit at the end, which does my fucking head in, yeah? But if you can get over that, if you don't encounter that too often, then Flip 7 it's a pretty good card game. I wouldn't say it was the best card game ever made. They're obviously talking out of their fucking arseholes when they say that, but it's worth the price of admission. We picked it up on Temu for £3. But you can get it from your friendly local fucking game store as long as you pay 154% tariffs, right? Or just 10% in the UK. So yeah, that is Flip 7. Remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next time.